You guys ready? It's going to be ice cold. Got to take that first step. I'm not sure if I'm ready to or not. I'm going to be out here all day exploring this beautiful, wonderful Saturday morning till about 6 o'clock. Can't do it until I get in, right? Got to pass it. Dang, this thing's going to be cold. Oh, yeah, that's ice cold. Getting the feet wet first, wet and cold first before I even begin the day, really. Might as well knock it out first, right? Get it out of the way. Man, it smells good out here. Fall season. Late October. Not really going to be looking for the good stuff today. Just going to be out exploring. I mean, look at this. It hasn't rained real hard in like 3 weeks. And before that time, the last time it rained, it didn't rain for a month and a half. So all you're going to be looking at is a bunch of leaves out here. That's it. Hardest time of the season. Hardest time of the year to look for the good stuff is this time. The only thing you're going to be seeing is a bunch of faces. And that is all. A lot more difficult than I really thought, guys. Really, though. Man, look at that. Beautiful. Yeah, it's taking me a while to get going. It is. This water's ice cold, guys. It's supposed to be like 70 degrees today. Oh, but the waters are a different story. This is like the super highway. It is. I got to stick to the water to get to those locations. Man. But if it's this ice cold, it's going to be painful. It's burning right now. And the feet are starting to itch. Give me that itch. Something about it, though. I mean, I know it hasn't rained in a while. But the waters are flowing pretty good through here. I was expecting it to be a little bit less, than what you're looking at. A little bit more shallow. Kind of like a trickle. But it's definitely frigid. That tells me that these waters are always fresh. They come from the land. They don't come from neighborhood drainage, sewage or anything like that. They're too fresh. Man. Yeah, my butt's gonna be out here all day chilling. Looking around at some cool fallen, foliage. Kind of stuff we get to look at all day. Well, we're going to be trekking through the woods quite a bit. We are going to be looking around at some things. Trying to find the beauty of it all. Since we're not looking for any major history, we might find something else instead. But mostly this is what I came out here for today. You're looking at it. Got to be looking for the snakes too. Well, time to get a little bit crazy up in here. Heck yeah. Doesn't that sound heavenly when you're walking on leaves in the fall? There's nothing like it. It's kind of like walking on a gravel road deep out in the country all by yourself, you know? Build those memories. See, about this time last year, when I was doing this kind of thing last year, I think I cut it quits about mid-November and just stayed in until February. This year might be different. I think there's always a reason why they keep trying to pull me out. Everywhere we go. I mean, look at that. I'm trying to find this old road out here that I discovered, I think about 4, maybe 5 years. Yeah, there it is, right there. 4 or 5 years ago I was out here, and I've been trying to make my way out ever since. Yeah, 5 years is a long time. I procrastinate like you would never believe. I know I'm looking for old bottle dumps and stuff like that. It's going to take a while to get around though. Beautiful. It's going to be hard to spot the bottle dumps really with all the leaves, the tulip tree leaves and stuff, covering up the land. How would we ever see anything? Hard to believe this is where I was 4.5, 5 years ago, back in February of like 2018. It looks so different. Got anything major out here? No recycling, here I come. Could a snake get out of that if it was stuck? I don't know. Should I take a knob for a memento for my travels? I think that's a dang good idea. I know, just add it to a curio box or something. Which one do I take though? Lend me a helping hand. That one's broken. That one's intact. You're going to tell me to take all of them. But what if someone else came out here to explore like we did? What if they don't come off? Then that's a bigger issue. I like this one though. Yeah, they're not coming out, guys. They're not. They don't even turn because they're rusted. Let's leave them to this guy right here. Yeah. Better luck next time. I don't know if I'm willing to spend too much time out here in this zone right here. I just found my way on a different road, another one that intersects with the one we were just on. Well, the reason I say I don't know if I want to spend too much time in this little zone right here is because this is new growth. There's nothing here older than about 30 years old, 25. Maybe I should just give them some words of wisdom as they grow. Still looking for it. I mean, don't get me wrong, these are like cool spots to lay down in. They are. When the time is right. 12 noon. 7 hours to chill, to look around. I'm just looking at things, I said, but I came out here for one specific reason. I'll tell you that when I get to that spot. Here we go. Acting like a child. Like I'm 7 years old down in Harris County. Looking around through the new planting zones. The new pine zones. I mean, usually these places are like obstacle courses. Because, some of the trees, they come down like this. And you can easily get tangled up. You can easily fall down, get tripped up out here. It's like you always have to keep looking down. Perfect. So you don't trip up. Help you find those intersections. Easy. X marks the spot. But how deep? The heck is that thing? Something white. If it's a poor dead animal, I'm not going to show it to you. Probably just concrete. Probably just plastic. It's Santa Claus. Did you know about that? Good fun for today. No old home sites yet. What a shame. But I found something else. Get a load of this thing right here. Beautiful. No, not that. Something else that caught my eye in the distance. Could have been an old home site right here. Got these hedges. What do you call these things? Privet hedges. There's a piece of metal right there. But check this thing out. In the middle of the woods. The middle of nowhere. Very nice indeed. Giant boulder. What you know about that? Very cool. Good find for the day. I know it's just a rock. but it's geologic history. I mean, it's been here for millions of years, exposed just like this. You know what I'm about to say. You know the natives sat on this thing, chilling. Who knows if they left anything behind? Any kind of carvings on top of it. It's covered up in moss. Maybe they didn't care to leave any kind of carvings. This would be the perfect spot to do so. Oops. I mean, look how out of place it looks. I mean, look at this. Look at where it's located. Weird, but very nice. I guess metal recycling wasn't in a long time ago. This is not where it's going to be. This isn't the place. This is not where it's going to be. impossible. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. You know why I came back today? Besides a few other things, that is. You know, I got that powerful EVP from about 4 years ago, and I just heard it last week. You know where every treasure is, don't you? Did you just say yes, payment? You know I don't metal detect. Another hobby that I can't take. I have too many others. So I guess I'm relying on you to be my metal detector. You know where every single treasure is, don't you? You know where everybody is, and you know where everything is. But you're going to say so do I. Why don't you tell me where the nickels are? You know I'm not going to find them today. I'm going to have to come back maybe a couple of times, maybe 3 or 4 times to find some nickels. Find the nickels. Why don't you tell me where the nickels are? How old are they? How many are there? Were they buried? That was a bug. Or were they just thrown out here with the rest of the garbage? Find the dang nickels. What a needle in a haystack. One of the reasons I came back today. But the timing's not so perfect. Everything's covered in leaves. I just came out here to ask more questions. That was it. I know when I came out here that one time, it was more than a year since I found all those ancient nickels in the dumpster at the storage unit, the storage facility. So I know you're not talking about those. Is it just a clue? Is it a sign? Maybe I'm supposed to pick up a nickel and take a deeper look at it. Maybe there's a symbol, a sign. Something I gotta look at to find more treasure. In comparison to where I'm looking right now, where are the nickels? Are they in a jar? Where are the nickels? Are they to my left? Are they to my right? Are they behind me? I know it can't be much, it's just nickels. Probably no more than about $1's worth. But quite the game indeed. Quite the adventure. I absolutely love this life, even though I'm single. And I'm ancient. They might have to give me another 60 years to find the nickels. And a few floods, if it's in the creek, that is. Or close to the creek. Are the nickels dumped next to the old road? The way the EVPs work, there could be a stash of nickels 7.5 miles from here. Next to another old road or something. Probably around some old home site. It's a depth of time and space. I remember I was behind that dang Kroger shopping center and someone said drop jewelry down the hill. When I was looking for those old graves and stuff behind the shopping center. Later than I was doing EVP sessions, someone said drop jewelry down the hill. And there was an old folks home behind the shopping center, down the hill. They know where everything is. They know where all the good stuff is. Underground or not. Underground or not. We're sitting right on top of the surface. They know where everything is. Because they record where all the treasure is. But why me? Why are they telling me where everything is, though? Talk about finding treasure. The ones who are always with me, they've always known I've been looking for the main treasure since day one. But what is it about me? Every time I go out, they tell me where every single treasure is. In the immediate location. It's like I'm the synthesis of it. The catalyst. But why me? I don't understand. I just don't. I don't even know how to spend money. I just know that it goes towards something. But it's got to go towards something good. But I'll never forget that first treasure. I don't know if I told you guys this story or not. From a long time ago. At the beginning of my life. The first treasure that I ever found. I'll never forget it. Never will. Way back when I was like 7, 8 years old. All three of us kids were in the back of my mom's old Chevette, 1980 Chevette, that Grandpa got her. When we were struggling, living at our grandparents' place. Way back in the mid-80s. 84, 85 or something like that. And I was sitting on the back left-hand side in the back of the Chevette. And I had a coloring book in my hand. And I was just coloring. Like, like kids always do. Da Vinci style. I'll never forget I dropped the red crayon out of my hand. And it rolled underneath the cushion. In the very back of the vehicle. Where I was sitting. And as soon as I got home, I went back out to look for the crayon. The red crayon. I'll never forget it. First treasure I ever found was underneath that seat. You talk about a hoard of treasure. When I lifted up that seat looking for the red crayon. Of course, the red crayon was all, melted, all that kind of stuff. It was sandwiched in between like the backrest and the seat. But I was curious to lift up the rest of the cushion, which was just a void. If you know a 1980 Chevette, you know there's nothing underneath that cushion but a void, like a metal frame kind of. And when I lifted up the back seat, that corner of it, all I saw was gold. Well, it really wasn't gold, it was copper. There was over $10 in pennies. Over $10 in pennies. Underneath the back seat on the left-hand side. And all three of us kids collected around it and started collecting every last penny that we found. That we saw. That we came across. And we used it to help us get admission into the Renaissance Festival way back in like 85, 86. First treasure ever found in my life. A story that I'll never forget. A memory that I'll never forget. Man, why don't they just tell me where the nickels are out here? Not going to hear the answer with the motor going. Maybe they'll just point us into the right direction. Thanks for the rest. But where the heck is the treasure out here? Where are the nickels, guys? Come on. Don't make it so hard on us. You're the ones who told me to look for the nickels. Now you gotta lead me to it. The one little tiny treasure right here, you gotta lead me to it. To prove to the human race one thing, that you exist. Just part of the game. Talk about monumental discovery. More than just a needle in a haystack. You know, I have considered that this is just a game, and there's nothing out here. Of course I've considered that. I considered that many times before I even came out here. But maybe it's not. You guys crazy. I mean, what if it's just part of the game that I know about? The game of curiosities, you know? The game that they know I know so well. To get me to look for something, to pull me out deeper, to notice things that many others out there won't even notice, that deserves to be noticed. And then you get greedy with the main treasure, and you don't even know it. Looks a lot safer than it did 4 years ago. Pictures worth $50,000 if I can get them just right. It's like being a kid again. My ancient butt. Hope you like my little adventure videos. I know they're not much. My ancient butt sitting out here doing this thing. I don't know what you're expecting for me to find. Danger zone. I don't know. Just a thought that I had. What if this was an old vending machine? What if this was an old vending machine? There's nickels still inside. How would I even lift it? It's been here for like 5 years. Well, it's been here for like 35 years, 40 years. What if they hid nickels inside the mortar of the bridge, the old bridge? They know where every single treasure is, no matter how hard it is to get to. They know where every single thing is. I consider that also, that they encased nickels from like the 1930s, 1920s. Indiana had nickels inside the mortar. Da Vinci style, for real. That was the first place that I looked when I got down here. Not that I'm going to see anything really. Is this an old vending machine? There's no way to tell. Is this an old vending machine and a few old nickels is left deep inside? I'll never even get this thing to budge. I know you're hoping that they're going to be in this thing right here. But there's no guarantee it's an old vending machine. It could be anything. I don't want to spend 35 minutes trying to get this thing up and find out it's nothing but an old freezer. That was a bug. Besides, I only have gloves on. That's crazy. Trying to get me to work in heaven. I'd rather just go walking across, up in here and then find some old bottle dump with a stash right on top. That would definitely be ideal. Well, dang. It won't even budge. I tried everything. I know I gotta dig, but I don't dig. I don't. Because anything that's left under the ground has gotta stay. Because that means that nature took it over. It belongs to nature. That's why I don't dig for history. That's why I don't dig for artifacts. Because once the land takes it back, once it's covered back up, and it's not immediately on the surface, it's gotta stay. But this is basically half and half. Man, no way to get this thing out. Tried everything. Yeah, I don't think it's a vending machine. It's filled all the way. I hope that's not a bear. Oh, it's a bird. Cute. Yeah, I don't think it's a vending machine. Why would somebody have a vending machine in their own house? Cigarette machine from like 1979 or something. Besides, it's filled all the way up with dirt, soil, all the way underneath. I got out as much as I could and realized it was nothing but soil. That's what's giving it so much weight. You talk about an all-day situation to try to find out it's not a vending machine. If I came out here in the wintertime, try to dig that thing out. There's got to be some other place. Yep. You go looking for nickels, you find heaven instead. The real treasure. crap. I just forgot something. Part of the dang game. Crap. Oh boy, what the heck do I get myself into? I keep forgetting how literal the ones are out here. I keep forgetting how literal they are. Find the nickels. Think about this one. What if the bottles that we've been finding showed that there was a 5-cent deposit? I know how literal they are. What if that's it? The bottles that we come across out here, that we come across already, showing that you get a 5-cent deposit, and they see the 5 and they see the cent symbol, and to them that is what? A nickel. Find the nickels. You pick up the glass bottles. You take them in. Get 5 cents back. What if that's what they're doing? So much for the oil filters. Old school container is worth $35, but I'm not taking it. Beautiful. No flipping way. Oh boy. They run me into it every single time. Literal craziness. Ow. There's the old well. A well. Gotta be. Dang. Oh, no, no, no. They're doing it again, guys. They're doing it again. No way, no way. What the heck am I doing? What the heck are they doing to me out here? Just like at Panola Mountain last Saturday or Sunday. I'm crawling. Last Saturday or Sunday, I think it was Sunday. They ran me into something when I noticed a white quartz vein. And they made me look up for something. Oh, dang. Oh, crap. Don't drop the iPhone. Go figure. The old well. The treasure's on the surface. Reference picture. Imagine if I crawled on a snake right now. Gold and silver. I can't touch it. I gotta leave it. It was meant for us to find today. Meant for me to find. Dang, look at that. Hold on. You're gonna say, go ahead and take it, man. Go ahead and take your treasure for today. You've worked hard enough for it. Boy, my knee's gonna be sore tomorrow. Ooh, wildlife out here too. Look at that. Someone's been using the bathroom. Talk about crap in your drawers. Just like at Panola Mountain last weekend. The same exact balloon sitting up in the tree when I came across the quartz vein. Talking about the one at Stone Mountain too. Or they say something's at the mountain. Is the Oak Island treasure for real? At least someone covered it in. But is it meant to be covered in? Covered up? Is it meant to be filled in? You're talking about getting dirty. Feels like the good old days. God's crazy. Man. I'm looking. I'm gonna be looking all crazy trying to get out of here. Covered in dirt and leaves and everything. So much for the nickels. You're kidding me. You gotta be kidding. All well. Gold and silver. What do a lot of people do at a well? They throw coins into the well to make a wish. Did I find the old nickels in the well? Are the nickels in the old well? Did I just crawl to an old well that had nickels in it? Deep underground. Did you just make me crawl to find the treasure out here? All of them. Right on the surface. And deep underground. That's where the nickels gotta be. That's where they gotta be. What the heck is going on out here? Not just here, but everywhere I go. Talk about a challenge. Imagine if I crawled under all this. Imagine if I did. Just for fun. We crawled Rambo style. On our hands and knees. To prove how worthy we are. Just to have fun. And indulge in life. I don't believe there's going to be a lot of snakes out. The heck do I try to do to myself? But I think I see a giant tree of life. Let's do this thing. Wish I had a GoPro, but don't send me one. Just kidding. Watch them run me into some old grave from like 1818. Wouldn't that be cool? Found again. But nothing yet. I'm just crawling. No way out. Don't know why I'm doing it though. I'm just doing it. Because it's fun. Just so I can go back and say that I did it. All right. Tell you what's the easiest way, left or right? I mean, that's the ideal way to go. The adventurous way. Oh man, what do I get myself into? Looks like we found where the old house used to be. Gotta be it. I mean, there's an intact portion right here. All dang time. Looks like I found everything for today. Two hours left. It's the old lightning rod for the chimney. It's about as far as I can go. This is about to intersect with the new road from back in the late 70s. Seems like the only thing we haven't found today was a grave. Hope you like my little adventure videos. I don't know about you, but I've had a blast today. I know it's just chill mode. Not anything too big. Not anything too monumental. But it's just part of life. Going through it. It'll teach you a lot. You'll find cool things. Make some cool discoveries like that crazy well. I thought it was going to be deeper than that. Not to mention the gold and the silver sitting right on the surface. If only that thing was real. But what if it is? See you in the next video. That is just stash. Perfect.